Welcome to the third chapter of the series with Chievo Verona. I will show you the transfers that have been made and the results of the preseason with a little comment on tactics and plays seen during it. For the future, and he will be coming the next 1st January, is a goalkeeper that is in a deal that I think was conducted by the director of football before I changed those preferences. The visual stats don't look bad, but I would prefer someone with a little better communication and especially kicking. For such a tactic like I am using, I want a goalkeeper who can make long goal kicks in a way I can trust to be consistently finding the targets. In the out deals, most of the deals was just players that were not needed from the reserve or the under 20 side that won't be used. The only name that might be of note here is that of Perparim Hetemai, who you could have known it was a player I consider important, and he is still considered important. His co-owners count by Cagliari, but he will stay playing for us. The deal was accepted as an easy way to get money for the case that my starting left back Drame leaves the club. There's already been a club offering some 4 million for him. I didn't reject it. I tried to negotiate some more money, but then the offer was withdrawn, and Drame got angry because I didn't let him discuss with the other club, but I told him the offer was not good enough, and he has accepted it. First deal was Gianpaolo Bellini to be a backup fullback for either the left or the right, and possibly the first choice if Drame leaves the club. He will probably see many games starting in the right side of the defense, as well as some on the left when I want to get Drame some resting time. Then Michael Silverbauer for his great versatility. His preferred right midfield position, so he will be swapping that with Hetemai. Hetemai will be not the first choice for the right midfield position, but the defensive player of the central midfield. And Sestu might still be the second choice for the right side of the midfield. Then we sign on a free as a backup with low wages, Cristiano Zanetti, because with the hard tackling that we are going to use in this save, the injuries is something that can easily be a problem. So I want better to err on the side of having too many players for each position. Alone for Simone Pasa. He can play in the midfield, which is a bonus as a fifth central center back. Jumps a little more than the current fourth choice, and maybe win the fourth spot depending on how things go. However, I don't expect to give him too much time. He has scored a goal from corner in the only appearance in the preseason. And finally, Diego Laxalt, this is intended as first team. The Simone Pasa shows as first team, but I intended him as backup. But I forgot to change that in the transfer deal. The reason for this signing is that we don't have a natural left midfielder. Preseason results: we started very well, with scoring plenty of goals against every opposition, all of them weak teams. Then we seem to have a drop of form, drawing against Cittadella, losing against Hermana in the last minute of the match, and having issues to get over Virtus Lanciano in the third round of the Team Cup. Then we bet comfortably Bayern. There are some explanations for that drop of form in the last half of the preseason, and that is that match fitness is increased much faster if the players play the full match instead of being substituted after the half-time or 60 minutes mark. So instead of making many changes each match, I have played matches without subbing anyone, and after the Giulianova match I changed the players who would play. So starting from the match against Cittadella, the opposition will naturally have an advantage in terms of match fitness. Another thing that might hinder the results we will have this season is that I made the league loading all the divisions from Italy and forgot to set the past experience to at least professional. First example of a bit of play that I want to see from this formation: long ball to the target man, who controls it, keeps it to his feet, and then scores. A few more goals, two ways of play that I want: ball to the target man that drags the defender away and finds space to pass onto the partner. Ball brought from a side to be crossed to the far post and headed by the other side winger. In this goal we received was some bad luck with the tackle, but we'll see the distance between defense and midfield is not as long as in some of the matches after this, as I told you. In here the distance between the two lines is a bit bigger than before. In this case, however, it was not the case that the opposition exploited it, but exploited the numerical advantage in the middle, as they were using an arrow formation, a 4-3-3, and a mistake by one of the center backs that went to double mark a player that was not need to mark a line. So to cover the line of shot, he goes there and leaves the other two free to shot. Here you will see one of the other things that I want to see: a very long ball from the middle of the pitch to be picked by one of the forward players to then, in the area, work with it to either score or assist. The tactics, as you might have seen with the few previous plays shown, seem to work so long, more or less well. Long balls forward to be picked and controlled by the target man or the players ahead are played often as it is intended, and the players also use many times the runs in the sides for crosses toward either the target man or the midfielder of the opposite side, and with more or less frequent chances of sight of play. The main problems that I have been seeing are defensively, and so generally during several of the matches, the lines of defense and midfield and having acceptable distance between them. It is often, especially during the attack, that the lines between defense and midfield get too much stretched out. So a big space is created there that can be exploited by the opposition during the start of the attacks. And many times that space has been exploited to create some good chances against us. I have not shown you any of them because none of them ended in goals. The solution that I can try to solve that problem are three. Since our defense is especially slow, the first is increase the defensive line so they get closer to the midfield. Another option is to take down the mentality of the midfielders so they will sit closer to the center backs, which one of the midfielders might be enough. The other is set back the midfielders, one of them just to the defensive midfield position and increase their mentalities during the attack. They don't get too much tendency to stay far back and help a little the attack, but without getting again too far forward as to making all the correction of the position. That is all for today. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Hope you enjoy it.